Good morning to my respective lecturer and fellow classmates. Today, I'm Dinesh Saktivelu here from Group 4 going to present about our BMM3563 finite element method project titled Benchwise. Next, these are my group mates, myself Dinesh Saktivelu, Gunaraj Gajendran, Hariharan Doraisamy, Muhammad Nazrin bin Razib, and finally Ahmad Nabil Aiman bin Muhammad Khalid. And now I would like to explain our objectives for the project. Firstly, find the maximum load it can withstand and the location of the failure. We can think of any method to increase ductility. Second, to design complex geometrical and irregular forms to offer exposure to FEM, because we can model both the interior and exterior using this FEM method. We can also establish how important factors can affect the whole system and why they can happen. Third, to find stresses, one miss stress and strain after applying load build-up in the system. And finally, to find the highest displacement. Next, I would like to talk about the boundary condition in the system. So for the boundary condition in constraint 1, we input structural type, and for the VISE assembly, we input fixed type, as you can see in the diagram. Next, I would like to talk about the mesh type. For the mesh type settings, we set 7 mm for the element size and we input parabolic for the element order, which you can see in the diagram. Thank you, and now I would like to pass on to my group mate.
So I will continue for the loading. So here we put the 400 Newton, the force on X direction. We put it on handle of bench vise. Okay, for the mesh coverings, we select for local refinement. And then for the maximum number of refinement, we put 5. And also stop criteria percent, we also put 5%. Refinement threshold, since the value is 0 to 1, so we put 0.9. And refinement factor, we put 1.5. For the result for bond mistress, we find 3.262 megapascal for the maximum stress, and for the minimum, we find 1.61 megapascal. And then while we improve the bench vise, we find 16.54 megapascal. And then for the minimum, we find 2.44 megapascal. For the displacement result, the bench vise without improving, we found it the maximum displacement will be 2.15 mm, and the minimum we find the 0 value. For the improved bench vise, for the maximum displacement is 4.1 mm or millimeter. And also for the improved bench vise, we find the 0 value for the minimum. And then finally, the result of strain from the picture on the left, we find the maximum strain is 3.262 megapascal and the minimum value is 1.6 megapascal. This is for the normal without improvement band vise. While for the improvement, we find 16.54 megapascal for the maximum value of strain, and then for the minimum, we find 2.448 megapascal. That's all for me. Thank you.